What's going on, y'all? This is Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, Episode 14. We did not have an episode last week because of the Super Bowl, but we are back. We are still in Jamaica, and this is when some stuff gonna go down still, okay? So y'all know Cynthia and, Kenya had their little blowout at the end of 2 weeks ago. And so Kenya decided that she was not going to go with them on the trip to go back to Kingston to visit Peter's hometown and his people. And to be honest, when everybody get on the bus, they wondering where Kenya at. Cynthia telling them what happened and all that stuff, and she's in her feelings. She was like, somebody gonna tell her that I said we wasn't friends or whatever. I mean, you were trying to kind of downplay your friendship or whatever, but I understand what the whole situation is. Kenya, you came up in this bitch calling her your best friends. Y'all not best friends. Y'all ain't even nowhere near on that level, okay? You probably more of a friend to Cynthia than Cynthia is to you in your mind. That's what it is. So, y'all just got that shit mixed up, and she just told you, it is what it is. We ain't on that level yet. We cool. We still getting to know each other, but we ain't on that level yet. And of course, everybody want to think, especially we all think, this came about because Nene is back. She got her friend back, so therefore she don't really have no use for Kenya like that in any moment. At this parent moment. So they going to to Kingston. They go visit Peter's family, his aunt and stuff, and he hasn't seen his aunt in 18 years. Wow. Okay. And we see a whole new, okay, Mallory gets on the bus. They was all shocked too. We see a whole new side of Peter. And it was quite refreshing, okay? To see how he interact with his family and how appreciative he was and the stories that he was telling and, seeing them eating and, fixing the food and all that stuff and everybody getting along. It was a nice little trip. And then, um, Regine Kim, she brings up the fact that, she's going to start shooting a commercial the next day in the morning. And anybody who wants to be in it can be in it, but just be there at 10 o'clock. She even invited Peter family to be in it. And I was like, that was pretty cool. Everybody was having a good time. Child, back at the hotel, Kenya goes to a spa with Matt. She in the tub. You in the tub with this fine ass man, right? And you are sitting there, you spending most of your time, wherever they edited, talking about this situation with Cynthia. Listen, I'm finna spend my time with my boo. Okay, it's Valentine's Day. I'm finna spend time with my boo or whatever. We up in the hot tub and all that shit. I'm not finna talk about another bitch. I'm finna get fucked. Or I'm finna go fuck somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna do some fucking. That's what I'm finna do. We finna play around in this tub. What the hell, can you? Fuck Cynthia. Okay? Go do you with that man. Let him do you. That's what you need. So they get back from Kingston, and basically the girls go their way and the guys go their way. Now, see, this is where shit gets fucked up with me. So Peter, Greg, Chris, and Matt, they sitting down talking. They trying to get to know Matt. Like, girl, why you miss coming to the thing? What happened? He was like, I was with King and all this stuff, and the little fallout, whatever. So they was trying to get to know him, and they was like, yeah, it was a nice event seeing Peter in his hometown. It was cool, you know. And so they was like, so Matt, what do you do? He was like, I'm a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for 6 years. He served before that. I can't remember whether it was which part it was that he served in, the Marines, the Navy, the military, Army. I don't remember, so that's why I just said he served. But and they was like, okay, that's cool, that's cool. So how old are you? You look like you might be like 30 something. He was like, bro, you know how old I am. You know what it is. Matt was cool, calm, and collected the whole damn time, right? And so he was like, I'm 28 years old. It was like, you 28 for real? And you with Kenya? And it was like, yeah. It was like, you got kids? It was like, no. Peter gets in his feelings because Matt said he ain't had no kids. So we're at the point in life where it's a bad thing and you look at people funny because they said that they don't have kids and they're almost 30 years old and single. That's a good fucking thing, Peter. You can't get pissed off at nobody because of that. And then he was like, Matt was like, okay, come on, let's stop playing these games or whatever. And this is where shit took a turn from the left. And I'm sitting here like, how is Peter getting upset with Matt? Because Matt, to me, when he was like, let's stop playing these games, it was more so on the joking side, like, I'm catching on to what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to like tease me and haze me because I'm the new guy here. Y'all trying to fill me out, but I'm not with that. Okay, let's stop right now. And Peter just got real serious with it. And Matt was like, okay, you want to take this outside? We can go, whatever. And Matt gets up and he started walking away. Peter gonna say something, yeah, go ahead and walk just like your girlfriend. And I'm sitting here like, and then in the confessional talk about something, this is what he can do. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck, Peter? That was just the dumbest shit. You put yourself in a good life for a second and then you take yourself right back to the reason why we can't stand your ass, okay? That was just the dumbest shit ever. Back out with the girls. You got everybody talking. Kim is not there because Kim is getting ready for the shoot. You know, Kim previously, she said she already got the production ready. She got all this stuff together the day before. Bitch came prepared. See, this is why Kim was chosen, okay? Even if Kenya was gonna be chosen, did she bring anything together so that she can get the stuff done? Even if she wanted to present her stuff, if that was the case, knowing damn well that they was gonna film, no, she didn't. Kim had that shit already set up. She had the call time. She had all this stuff, so she knew that she had work in the morning. So she was like, "Fuck this! I'm not finna stay out. I'm finna be on my professional tip. Y'all go play and do what y'all gotta do." Fine. So all of a sudden, they would start talking about what was going on because Nene had went to Kenya and was trying to tell her what was going on. Even Nene was like, Cynthia and Kenya had a misunderstanding. I don't mind that they friends. Hell, we all could be friends, all right? And so Kenya and Nene had a little discussion. Nene told her that, even Cynthia cried and all that stuff. And I was like, whatever, okay. So she pulled her over and they came down, and then all of a sudden they started talking about Chris and how Chris got more personality than Kim and all this stuff. And of course, Kenya had to put her 2 cents in and bring up the fact that what they be calling about. Because Phaedra talking about something, oh, he's sassy, he this. And then, they was, here go Kenya. You know what they say about him. They call him Chrissy, And I'm like, from what people told me, he's a Broadway dancer and stuff like that. And it irks me so much. Somebody just said that Chris took pleasure in bashing Kenya. No, he ain't take pleasure in it. He was defending his wife, all right? But he wasn't sitting back there laughing about it and all this stuff and gossiping and all this shit. They sitting there literally throwing this man's name on the dirt. And I said this in the last video. We got to stop doing that shit. I've been guilty of that too, but like I said, we, as in all of us, we gotta stop doing that shit. The gay rumors and the gay bashing, that shit is old as fuck, alright? And then you sitting down there talking about somebody's husband when your ass just now getting a fucking boyfriend, okay? It irks me. It really irks me. Just because someone may be feminine, may be perceived as feminine, may not be the most masculine man or whatever, that does not mean that they are gay. Some of them may be gay. Hell, the biggest, most muscle-bound and strong-looking motherfucker that you may see can be a fucking bottom. And not just a regular bottom, a power bottom. And if you don't know what a power bottom is, look that shit up. That motherfucker probably can take dick more than you can. Okay? So, we need to stop this judging shit. And they too fucking grown. And I'm so glad Cherie was like, if she feels uncomfortable with them and don't think that it's right for them to be talking about this man and Kim when they're not even there to defend themselves. And I was like, that's true. So then, Kim the next day said that Chris had to go back home. He had some stuff to do, some work to do, and all this shit. And they was getting ready for the to film, and she's out there, she's ready. It was like 6:00 in the morning. I said, God damn, and them kids was up. Them kids was up and ready. I was like, y'all up? What time did y'all go to bed at? 6:00 at night to wake up at 6:00 in the morning and be looking all wide and bushy tailed and shit? Hell no. Okay, I still gotta get the crust out my motherfucking eye at 6:00 in the morning. Damn. But anyway, that reminds me of like Tamika, bitch. Tamika, child, a friend of mine's Tamika, she knows she probably gonna watch this shit. I be looking at her Snapchat. Tamika be going to work and she be leaving out the house at 6:00. I be like, damn, bitch, I'll still be in the bed knocked out at 6. You going to work? You almost at work? God damn, I couldn't. But okay. Shout out to you, Topeka. So they get to the beach and all that stuff, and everything is set up, and everything is going well, and you see Kim is definitely in her element at this moment in time, and we see her personality really coming out, okay? And she's become so much more likable in this scene because she's just giving it to you. She was like, Cynthia, go up on there, bitch, do this. Girl, I ain't tell you to turn. I ain't tell you to put your leg out. You better work, bitch. Yes, bitch, if favorite here, this is what she'll be like. She'll be like, work, bitch. And I was just like, okay, Kim, I'm liking this. I love seeing people in their element and doing what it is that they love. And clearly she know what she doing. So when they was on the bus, I guess they was all finna get ready to come to the set. And of course, Kim said, don't have y'all asses out and shit. Phaedra didn't have no damn... Phaedra and Portia, child. I don't even care about Portia because Portia, she gonna do what she gonna do. I mean, she had a thong on. You on the beach. Hey, it is what it is. Some of y'all got thong bikinis too. I don't care. She had a little sarong on. But, Phaedra didn't have no drawers on, period. Phaedra is horny as fuck, and that's what it all is, okay? They was on that bus. She was talking to Kenya, and they're like, girl, yeah, where y'all was? Y'all was at the spa. What y'all do? Y'all did this. You popped the court. Oh, you let it out the bag. You let the cat out the bag. Here go Kenya, getting all up in her feelings in the confessional, talking about why she asking Matt all these questions, making him uncomfortable. What she trying to do is take my man too, because your man on cell block D. I'm like, Kenya, you didn't even have to say that, because she was doing that to be funny. She was joking around. She wasn't even being serious. You know what I'm saying? It didn't even need all of that. Everybody ain't trying to shade your ass, okay? That just irked me, that part. But after that, they was talking about the call sheets or whatever, and everybody position what they name, their title is. Kenya gets in her feelings because she's not on the sheet. Bitch, I wouldn't put your ass on the sheet either, okay? After what you did to her, why would you expect? I mean, I guess it's Cynthia's program. Cynthia approved the shit, so hey, it is what it is. Be pissed off at her, cause if y'all ain't talk, so I don't know, whatever. But you want to look at it, talk about something, ain't on there, this looks like a rinky dink sheet, this ain't no real production sheet, this look like for somebody just to be tootie. She was, and I just, it irks me, Kenya fucking Moore. Let me say this. I cannot stand when someone like you try to come at another person's neck and shade them about what they do. You have been in the business, but this bitch Kim Fields has been in the business way longer and done way much more than you have, okay? She has not played minor characters on many other shows that we don't even know the name of. She's played major characters on a few shows. She's produced and directed a whole bunch of shit, okay? Throughout her whole years, multiple couple of decades in this business, okay? She's respected, okay, compared to you. People will always go to her. If it was let me see, do I want a Kenya Moore or a Kim Fields? It's going to go to her because she has way more experience, all right? She has way more experience, okay? You can keep throwing out there that she was Tootie or whatever, but bitch, people know her from that, okay? People from the 80s, probably even the 70s, they know her from that shit, all right? What do they know you from, okay? Extra work, okay? Besides you being Miss America, which a lot of people probably don't even know this decade, like, girl, what they know you from? Nothing. Like, come on, like, stop that. Stop trying to put her down when her fucking resume shits on yours. Okay? And it just irks me because both of y'all, I just hate the fact that they both got this attitude towards each other, because if they could have came together. And let's, like I said in the other review, let's not forget that for you to be shitting on her and her skills and what she done and what she don't know what to do or whatever, why would you ask her to take a look at your stuff and be the director of your show? Exactly. Okay, stop it. Just stop it. And it's so sad because they could have came together and did something, and Kim probably could have took her on as a mentee, and been a mentor to her and all that shit. And they could have did some shit together, like this Black History Month, Black Empowerment. Beyonce said, let's get information. Let's all of us come together. Let's do this shit. Y'all could have did that shit. But no, y'all bickering. And especially you, Kenya. I'm just saying. It was just irking me. So everybody get to the beach and whatever, to the photo shoot, for the video, and I love the fact that everybody was having a good time. Now, of course, Kenya is in her feelings because she wasn't on the damn sheet or whatever. Like I said, you can't really be pissed off at Kim with that because it's Cynthia's thing, and if Cynthia didn't prove it, Be pissed off at her. But like Cynthia said, you talk about that you was gonna come there and support me. But what can you do? She go get in the water. Her and Matt go on the paddle boat all the way in the middle of the ocean or whatever. Just said fuck it, okay. And then her and Matt had a little conversation about what happened. And I appreciate the fact that Matt said that maybe he was a little bit aggressive and he shouldn't have went that way. But they were trying to come at him. And bitch, when he said the two ancient guys. It made me laugh for some reason. Chucky just did. I said, you know what? They is because when they was on their way to that commercial, everybody was talking and having a good time on that bus. Greg was sitting there. I was waiting for some dentures or something to magically appear and fall out his mouth. Okay, but they do their thing. Portia was in the boat with the canoe doing her little selfie stuff. Phaedra did her stuff. They was all circling around Cynthia when she had her glasses on, trying to be like paparazzi, taking the pictures and stuff. Bob ass is so much more likable this season, okay? Because when he first came on, Sheree made him look like he was just the dick of all dicks, okay? Because he wasn't paying child support and all that shit. But now he was up on that lifeguard stand just taking the pictures and shit. It was so cute. It was funny. I liked it. And Cynthia's in her feelings like, okay, so you claiming that you my friend or whatever, you want to be cool and all this stuff, and you supposed to be here to support me, but you not here. Okay, you over here doing this and doing that. You got Sheree and Nene gossiping about it too. Like, I thought this what you was supposed to do. I mean, for a friend, you out there in the water, whatever. So I was like, oh hell, here we go. So, Oliver shows up for little Portia, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know they were still messing around with each other like that. So, hey, they do what they gotta do. They talking, and I was glad that she told him, you not sleeping in this room, but you will be sleeping in that room. I was like, so you not gonna get the goods up? Well, we don't really know how long they been there, and we don't know exactly what happened when the cameras went down, and I mean the lights went out. Cause if I came all the way from another state to come see you in another, not even city, another country, bitch, somebody giving up something. I'm just saying. But hey, it is what it is. So they was at the rap party, and that's where Portia showed everybody Oliver and all this stuff. And Matt was over there to himself, and the girls was asking him what happened with Matt, asking Kenya that, and Kenya was telling them what happened. And you know, we hear Peter talking to another older guy, dude, 28. He 28. That's my son's age. And I'm sitting here like, Peter, why does it matter? What does it matter to you that Kenya is dating someone that's 28 years old when you're married to someone that's younger than you? I hate that. That's a fucking stereotype or a double standard or whatever. It's cool for an older guy to be with a younger chick, but it looks fishy and funny when an older woman is with a younger guy. Bitch, if she want to be with him, let her be with him and have fun. They ain't getting married. They ain't moving in. They just fucking around. Damn, let her have her little piece of cake and happiness for right now. The fuck? Let it go. And Matt was the bigger person because he went over there while they was playing pool and tried to break the ice. I wouldn't have said shit to neither one of them. Fuck that. But next thing you know, Kim comes over there and they was doing all this stuff and talking or whatever, and they was talking about Chris. They was like, oh my god, he's a dancer. Yeah, she's like, he's a dancer, he's a singer, he's this and he's that. It was like, oh, he's just a cool dude, he's this and he's that. And they was pumping him up, and Sheree was like, so last night y'all was talking mad shit about his sexuality, but yet now you want to say and act like he's this cool person and all this stuff and he's this great guy. Sheree was like, so let me tell you something. She put it out there on the table like, I ain't here for the fake shit. Last night they was talking some shit about your husband, okay? They was putting it out there saying that the motherfucker may be fruity or gay, okay? And I said, oops, some people may feel like Sheree was being messy, but I appreciate her because I couldn't sit there through no fake shit like that. I would have probably said something like, that's not what y'all was saying last night, or I would have got the fuck up because I can't be around that fake shit. But y'all know y'all gonna debate this in the comments. Would you have said something or would you have kept quiet? That's the main question of the episode. Y'all tell me how y'all feel and I'll see y'all later. Peace.